Yo guys, what is popping and welcome back to the Scariest Gaming channel on YouTube. Today on the right, I'm going to be telling you part 2 of the 3 things we'd all love to see in Granny. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Make sure you go ahead and like this video and subscribe as well if you do love horror gaming content. But without further ado, here are the 3 things I'd like to see in Granny. Number 1, an in-game map. Now Granny is one of the best games in the world at the moment. But one thing that really bugs me about Granny is that the fact that you can't find your way around the house. You always get lost in the house, and I really appreciate it if the developers of Granny actually go ahead and put a map into the game. Maybe you can find a map around the house and place it on the wall so that you can go ahead and see it. But it really bugs me that, you always get lost in the house and, you can't find your way around it. And yeah, it's sometimes annoying that you found something, you dropped there, and you can't find your way back there. I know some people are really experts in Granny, but if you ask me, I think if they add a map, it can be one of the biggest things that will ever happen to me. So that's coming in at number 2. I have for you playing as duos or squad. Now, Granny is basically just an offline game where you have to, escape the house, avoiding Granny and Grandpa to catch you. But just imagine if an online mode in Granny was released, like playing with your friends as a duo or something like that, if maybe you can distract Granny and your friend runs around or something like that. 2 people can team up to actually try and escape the house, or even you can play with 3 or more people. That would be absolutely fantastic. This game has so much potential, but the developers of the game the game does not seem to live up to it. It has so much potential to become the best game we have ever seen in a long time, but there's not that, like, the developers of Granny don't have that interest in making this the best game in the world. It can be very big for both the company and the people that play this game, because this game actually has the potential to be one of the best in the world, but it just does not live up to the hype. So I think if the duo and squad, like online multiplayer mode, as I even talked in the last episode of this series, if this gets added, this game could just explode in the charts of gaming, and it can probably be the best game we've ever seen in a long time. And if this thing gets added, it's gonna be so crazy, and it's just gonna be the best thing we've ever seen. So moving on to the 3rd and final thing I want to see in Granny, we have an in-game shop. Now, basically the house is a shop on its own. You can just pick up stuff and those things, but imagine this: there was an in-game catalog where you can go and buy stuff, just prepare it for the start of the game, where you start off in like a room and you can go into the closet, where you have it. You can buy stuff in the in-game catalog and just keep them there, and when you need something, you can convert maybe a gun that can eliminate Granny forever, as long as you're in the game. That just think about everything that can make this game like the best game in the world. This game has so much potential, but it's just not living up to it. And the horror gaming community has been just growing and growing, but the top game of the horror gaming community, of course, might just be Granny, and it can absolutely explode the community. I know it's not the most popular one. Maybe the Battle Royale community is the strongest thing, but seriously, Granny can be one of the best games in the world if some tweaks and things that we really want in the game is added. We've already had the horror that we all want, but it's time for them to take a step up and make this game the best thing we have ever seen. So I think an in-game catalog will be an absolute that it can absolutely explode the game, you know. Just update and people can just go and download it, then open the game and see this, and then everybody just starts reviewing it. It can be the best thing we've ever seen. We all know that, you know, horror games are probably in the top 5 of the best gaming communities out there, but it does not have enough people, you know, that are engaged with it. A lot of people have downloaded Granny, and if you ask me, it really has the potential. So, you know, imagine you can buy a gun where if you meet Granny, you can absolutely eliminate her, but it costs coins. So they can add a feature where maybe if you win a game, you get an amount of coins, then you can go to the catalog and make things more easier, and even probably add more game modes. That would be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I think Granny has potential to be the best game in the world, you know, over 100 million downloads and 110 million downloads across Granny and Granny Chapter 2 is an absolute milestone for any company in the world. Having only 2 games and that many downloads tells you that this game is one of the most popular games in the world, and I really think it has the potential. So if you did go ahead and enjoy part 2 of the things we all want in Granny, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button and go down and subscribe as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.